everyone, and welcome to another exciting half hour of answers and questions, the trivia game that is full of knowledge and nerve, known as trivia. As you know, in our last program, we are back with our long hiatus with a brand new set and new concepts to our regular gameplay. Right now, as you know, our main difference is that our show used to be called Jeopardy, but now this is simply called Trivia, for good reasons. Our first reason is just to prevent copyright issues under the YouTube community guidelines, and the second reason is that we renamed this show under this classic game show that we all know and love. So at this rate, we wanted to thank you for all the support you've been giving us after our hiatus, and we're here to bring you more excitement in return. And with that said, let's introduce our players. Our first player on the right is Andrew Sinclair, a musician and speaker from Winder, Georgia. Our second player is Quinn, an artist from Las Vegas, Nevada. And our 3-day champion, who's won $31,201 on our last program, Chase Lemon, a video game journalist from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Good having you with us, players. We'll begin the game with some different concepts for each round. For this first trivia round, we have a special prize column that is associated to a subject that you choose. If you get a question right, you keep the prize no matter what happens. If you respond incorrectly, it'll be wiped out on the remaining clue. We also added a new column for those who will have the opportunity to earn a bonus for a correct question, which I'll explain when we get to it. And of course, we will have a bonus spec column in each round. Now, before we were to begin, keep in mind that your responses has to be in the form of a question, as usual. And so with that said, let's review our 5 subjects for this trivial round. We got bestsellers, studio logos, internet memes, that sinking feeling, and lastly, the New York Yankees. Make a selection, Chase. What would you choose?
Internet memes for 100, please.
I think we'll have fun with this. Ranked at number 5 on one of the most viewed YouTube videos as of 2011, this animated sprite meme features a feline with a Pop-Tart body flying in space infinitely. Chase?
What is Neon Cat?
Yes, Neon Cat.
Internet memes for 200, please.
Although the parodies are titled as This on the This, it made famous as a meme after its 2006 Samuel L. Jackson action thriller. Chase?
What is Snakes on a Plane?
Correct.
Let's go for internet memes for 300.
As a Soviet Russian, his 1976 baritone melody became a famous landmark to his performance worldwide by 2010, and he became an internet meme as Mr. Trollololo. Chase?
I don't know if I pronounce it right, but who was Edward Kill?
I think you pronounced it right. Edward Kill is right.
Thank you. Let's do internet memes for 400.
Taken from a scene in this 1988 movie, it represents Nicolas Cage giving a sarcastic response to an obvious comment from a user. Be careful what you say on the internet. And that would be the titled as Vampire's Kiss. Select again, Chase.
Well, let's finish it up for 500.
Tired of being a loser? Here's an internet meme based on a screenshot of this 2003 PC third-person racing game that lets players freely win by horrible enhancements, seen here. Chase?
What is Big Rigs Over the Road Racing?
That's it. Definitely one of the worst games ever made.
Let's do that sinking feeling for 100.
In 2012, this cruise liner capsized after running aground off the coast of Italy. Only 30 passengers didn't survive. Quinn?
What is the Costa Concordia?
Yes.
That sinking feeling for 200.
After its 10-hour collision, Life magazine articled the event with their front cover describing as, "At dawn, lifeboat leaves to stricken this ocean liner." Quinn?
What was the Andrea Doria?
Andrea Doria is correct.
That sinking feeling for 300.
1 year after the disaster, Gordon Lightfoot sang a true story involving this bulk freighter that was sunk in a storm at Lake Superior. Chase?
What was the Edmund Fitzgerald?
Edmund Fitzgerald is correct, yes.
That sinking feeling for 400.
On April 10, 1963, it was the first nuclear-powered submarine that sank to the bottom, losing 129 crew during its diving tests. Chase?
What was the skipjack?
No. Quinn.
What was the Thresher?
That's it, the Thresher.
That sinking feeling for 500.
The largest tragedy in World War II ever occurred when this German ocean liner was torpedoed and capsized with over 9,000 lives in the middle of the Baltic Sea. Andrew.
What's the Lusitania?
No. Chaser Quinn? You're in the wrong era, Andrew. The Lusitania is from World War I. We're talking about the Wilhelm Gustloff, the ship that sank in World War II. Select again, Quinn.
I'll take bestsellers for 100.
In 1997, she began publishing a fantasy world of magic and wizards with Sorcerer's Stone, and sold more than 450 million copies worldwide. Quinn?
Who is J.K. Rowling?
That's it, with Harry Potter.
Bestsellers for 200.
Tom Clancy began his best-selling series featuring this fictional character. His first thriller is The Hunt for Red October. Andrew?
Who is Jack Ryan?
Jack Ryan is correct.
I'll take studio logos for 400, please.
And you have revealed the surprise column. Get ready, players. Whoever comes up with the correct question will receive a prize based on this answer. As Disney's official studio logo, each movie begins with the magical appearance of this castle, named for a Tchaikovsky fairy tale. Quinn?
What is Sleeping Beauty?
You have won yourself a prize, young lady. Well done. With that said, Quinn, that castle right there is where Princess Aurora and Prince Charming lived happily ever after. And this castle is where you have won yourself a magical trip to Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Man, it must be a wonderful trip to go with your family, wouldn't it?
That would be wonderful.
It is indeed, and I'm sure you'll love it. Now let's continue.
Bestsellers for 300.
His 1850 novel, The Scarlet Letter, was considered to be his magnum opus due to its content of legalism, sin, and guilt. Chase?
Who was Hawthorne?
Nathan L. Hawthorne is correct.
Studio logos for 100.
Going up again. It's the shield-shaped logo presented in many variations of major films released over the years. Chase?
What is Warner Brothers?
You got it, man.
Alright, let's go 200 for studio logos.
At the beginning of Hayao Miyazaki's company logo, he featured Totoro as his mascot. Andrew.
What is Studio Ghibli?
Studio Ghibli is correct.
Studio logos for 300, please.
Two major studio logos that feature a lion. Chase?
What is Metro Goldwyn Mayer and... Damn, just lost it.
Whoop, too much time. Andrew or Quinn? We know them as one of their major studios, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, and then there's one thing that you would have gotten. Lionsgate.
Of course.
So once again, Andrew.
Studio logos for 500.
In 1935, production designer Emile Casa Jr. structured this major film company's logo in a majestic form of Art Deco. Quinn.
What is 20th Century Fox?
Right.
Bestsellers for 400.
He took off with a 1968 hit Airport and drove his bestseller to the bookshelves Wheels. And they were published like way before your time. Arthur Haley is the correct response. Go again, Quinn.
Bestsellers for 500.
And you just reviewed our first bonus bet column in this round. You have $1,700 and you're $600 ahead of Chase, and you can maintain your lead if you bet wisely. So what's your pleasure?
I'll be conservative and go for 700.
That'll take you up to $2,400 if you're right with this clue. Here's your answer. Chicago Tribune honored this 1955 nonfiction chiller by Walter Lord as a book to remember.
What is A Night to Remember?
You've maintained your lead, young lady. Well done. And just wanted to add a note that this bestseller, as mentioned, is based on the Titanic disaster, and Walter Lord wrote this as a historic depiction from the real survivors' experiences from this tragedy. Boy, that sure is something. So Quinn, all we have on the board now is New York Yankees. So what value would you choose?
New York Yankees for 100.
Anyone can ring in on this. His nickname was the Commerce Comet. Andrew.
Who was Mickey Mantle?
That is correct, and you're finally out of the negative.
New York Yankees for 200, please.
After serving 20 seasons, he resigned from the Yankees with his 1,000th multi-hit game in his shortstop career in summer 2014. Andrew again.
Who is Derek Jeter?
That's right.
300.
And here comes the cat in the bag column. Here's how it works. Any player who's found this column will get to choose one of the two players who'll be forced to answer a visual clue by risking a $1,000 bonus off their scores. But you can also choose the answer yourself, so this involves strategy here. Now, Andrew, you found this column first, so you have two choices. You want to go for the $1,000 bonus, or you can choose one of your two opponents who would go for the visual clue.
I'll need to catch up on that, so I'll go for the bonus.
I think so too, and hopefully this can work out for you. Here comes the picture. Now let's see if you can review this hidden picture with this clue. A strong record that held this Yankee baseman remained unbroken after he retired in 1939 from his diagnosis from ALS, which he was the first to be named for a disease.
Who was Lou Gehrig?
Lou Gehrig is right.
Yankees.
We got 1 minute in this round, so select please.
400.
He played his entire 19-year run as a catcher, outfielder, and manager of the New York Yankees from 1946 through 65. Chase?
Who was Yogi Berra?
Yogi Berra is correct, and here's our last clue for this round. In 1973, he became a 12-year syndicate and manager of the team and was granted the Yankees by CBS for $10 million. Chase?
Who was Steinbrenner?
George Steinbrenner is right. And with that said, that's the end of the first round. Andrew's in third place with 1,200, so he's in good shape. Quinn is ahead of Andrew, and Chase is with 2,000 even. Take it easy, players. It's time we get to know you for a few minutes. Andrew Sinclair is from Winder, Georgia, and I know for the fact that we're not related to each other because you and I have the same last name.
No worries.
So you have done some speeches in an organization called Toastmasters, despite having speech impediment. Tell me all about it.
I have a bit of a speech impediment, as you can hear from my voice. This was one of the reasons why I joined Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a group to help for a person to help become a better speaker.
Oh, wow. And you know, for the way it sounds, they must have done a really good job improving people's speaking skills, regarding it as a struggle for some people, you know. How long have you been working with Toastmasters, and how do you feel the way you did it for the first time?
Well, I felt pretty good, but I knew I could do better.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. And I'm happy that it's actually working out for you, Andrew. Just keep up the good work.
Thanks so much.
Quinn Kinshaw is coming to us from Las Vegas, Nevada, and she is influenced with animation and is currently working on an internet series. What kind would it be, Quinn? Because I'm interested to know.
Well, I've always been interested in animation ever since I was younger. Well, of course I was more into the more funnier stuff, but as I grew older I began to appreciate the animation process a lot more, like how it's done. So, what I plan to do is make my own series. It's still a work in progress right now, but mostly it's about these people that transform into animals and how they use those abilities in a more benevolent nature. So to speak.
So they must be anthropomorphic, as in a way of like the Ninja Turtles were mutated from regular turtles to reptilian human-like ninjas. So what would your project be titled as?
It would be called The Beast Within.
Wow.
I'll send you some more details once I get them done.
Well, now that I'll have to check out. I'm sure it'll be a blast as soon as it gets done by the time you'll be ready to view it on YouTube.
Alright.
Well, good luck with your series, and I'll check back on your content someday.
Thank you.
Our champion Chase, who is not only good at this game, but he's also a video game journalist that just experienced a recent comeback on the Nintendo World Championship.
Well, that wasn't really the championship. That was just a qualifying round in Illinois.
Oh, my bad.
And I gotta say, it was a blast to go. Got to meet some really cool people. Some people actually from Nintendo. Got a few pictures with Mario. And got to race even though I didn't win, thanks to that stupid lava glitch that was going on. Overall, it was just a fun time. It was definitely worth going.
Have you ever thought of preparing to be like you're one of those original hardcore gamers from the original Nintendo Championship event?
Who knows? Maybe sometime I might go again, but I don't know. Might be a one-time deal for me. We'll see.
You know, Chase, as a video game journalist, you'd probably be one of the best gamers that would participate in an event like it originally occurred for the first time.
You know, it's kind of funny about it because after watching the championship, I feel like I could have really done very well in the tournament. A lot of the games I knew very, very well, so I'm kind of bummed, but overall, it was very, very fun to attend. Thank you for asking.
Well, I'm glad you had a blast. And I'm sure it would work out once you get your grip into the controller, just like the way you work with the buzzer like a video game controller. You know what I'm saying? Well, folks, we're going to pause for a few minutes and get ready for the wild trivia round, so stay tuned. Well, folks, it's time that we're about to embark on our most difficult round, known as the wild trivia round. Dollar values are doubled, and 2 bonus bets are hidden inside this board. Every given clue is more difficult as the game progresses, which is the biggest part of the round. Andrew, you're in 3rd place, so you get to pick first as we review 5 subjects for this wild trivia round. We have world presidential deaths, answer the homophone, tough geography, bridges, and Coke Paris, a category dedicated to Coca-Cola. What do you want to select, Andrew?
Answer the homophone for 200.
Here we go. It's a type of romantic flower and a past tense for rise. Andrew?
What is rose?
Rose is correct.
Answer the homophone for 1,000.
Going down to this one. A Scottish word for neck and a projected rock with a steep climate. Quinn?
What is crag?
Yes.
Answer the homophone for 800.
It's the name of the Earth's atmosphere or a river located in Yorkshire, England. Quinn again.
What is air?
Air is correct.
Answer the homophone for 600.
To clear off by anchor or to go along to a location. Quinn.
What is away?
Good.
Coke Paris for 1,000.
And you just found one of the 2 bonus bets in this round. You're still leading at 4,800, so you've just been adding a bit more on your part. What are you going to do?
I'll shoot the works by going all the way.
Whoa, gutsy move. Here's the clue. Dr. John S. Pemberton, a Confederate Army veteran, developed this substance ingredient that became the official Coca-Cola product.
What is syrup?
You are correct.
Whew!
You're quite of a brave gambler, Quinn.
Yeah, it takes a dozen to think it over.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. With not a lot of pancakes and syrup stacked together. Go again.
Oh my. Coke Paris for 800.
Well, I'm getting ahead of myself here. In 2002, Coca-Cola introduced their short-lived flavor with this. Pepsi produced theirs a year later. Chase?
What is vanilla?
Vanilla is right.
Coke Puree for 600, please.
For 13 years, Coca-Cola was one of the major advertising companies that sponsored this Fox Competitive Scene program. Chase?
What is American Idol?
That's it. American Idol.
Coke Puree for $400, please.
For each ingredient listed on the label, this flavor provides the color in Coca-Cola. Andrew?
What is caramel?
Yes.
I'll take world presidential deaths for 200.
The vice president of Venezuela announced that this president lost the battle of his illness on March 5th, 2013, and died at age 58. Chase?
Who was Hugo Chavez?
That'd be correct.
Answered the homophones for 400.
A breaded dessert, or 16th letter of the Greek alphabet. Chase?
What is a pie?
Pie is right. I could sure definitely go for some pumpkin pie.
Okay, Coke Puree for 200.
His 1962 painting, Green Coca-Cola Bottles, made famous in New York's Whitney Museum of American Art. Quinn?
Who was Andy Warhol?
Andy Warhol is right.
World presidential deaths for 400.
During the celebration of this occasion held in 1981, Anwar Sadat was killed by the lieutenant that was originally served as an army officer. Quinn?
What was the Suez Canal crossing?
Yes, the Suez Canal crossing.
Okay, world presidential deaths for 600.
On October 26, 1979, Park Chung-hee was South Korea's president that was shot during dinner at this safe house located in Seoul. Andrew?
Sorry, I got nothing.
Oh, that's too bad. Chaser Quinn? It's a bit of toughie, though. It's called the KCIA, now known as the National Intelligence Service. Select again, Quinn.
World presidential deaths for 800.
Michael Sata died of illness in 2014 during the 50th anniversary of this African country's independence. Quinn.
What is Zambia?
Zambia is correct.
Presidential deaths for 1,000.
A political act occurred on June 24, 1894, when 5th President Marie-François Sadi Cornet was stabbed after he gave his public banquet speech in this French city? Chase.
What is Lyon?
Lyon, good for 1,000.
Tough geography for 400, please.
And here comes the last bonus bet of this round. So what's your wager going to be?
I don't care how tough this clue is, so I'm going to risk 3,000.
For 3,000, here's a clue. Located in Central Europe, these two ambassadors are split into a constituent states due to its peaceful national aspirations since the Velvet Revolution.
What are Czech Republic and Slovak Republic?
That is correct, Chase, and you got your $8,000. Select again.
Tough geography for 600, please.
Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country to border 5 countries that connect to this body of water. Chase?
What is the Black Sea?
No. Quinn?
What is the Red Sea?
No. Andrew?
What is the Caspian Sea?
That is it.
British for 200, please.
For 50 years, it is known to bypass ships with its close height and was given the misspelled name for an Italian explorer. Andrew.
What is the Verrazano Narrows Bridge?
Verrazano Narrows Bridge is right.
Bridges for 400.
Famous bridge that was duplicated from England to Arizona as Rennie's new reconstruction. Quinn.
What is the London Bridge?
London Bridge is right.
Bridges for 1,000.
China's Jiaozu Bay Bridge was completed by June 30th, 2011. Its length is much longer than this type of length, which cost more than $1 billion to construct. Quinn?
What is an anchorage?
No. Chase?
What is a marathon?
That's it. The marathon is the length.
Bridges for 800, please.
West Flanders is known for its bridges from this largest city in Belgium. Chase?
What is Bruges?
Good.
Bridges for a 600, please.
No doubt for possibilities, he planned to use steel for constructing a railroad bridge that goes across the Mississippi Bridge. Surprisingly, it became a success. Chase again.
Who was Carnegie?
Carnegie is correct. We got 1 minute left in this round, so let's keep it going.
Let's do tough geography for 800.
One of the 2 People's Democratic Republic countries in Africa declared independence since 1960 and 1962. And those 2 countries are Congo and Algeria. Select again, Chase.
Tough geography for 200, please.
The North Asian region that locates the Ural Mountains in its coldest climate. Chase.
What is Siberia?
Siberia is right, and now here's the last clue for 1,000. The tropical islands of this region locates 3 sub-regions of Melanesia, Micronesia, and Polynesia. Andrew.
What is Oceania?
Good for 1,000. And that takes us to the end of the wild trivia round. Andrew is still alive at 3,000 even, but the game belongs to both Chase and Quinn as we speak. This is going to be an exciting mega trivia round, so who will take the championship? Would it be Andrew, Quinn, or a reigning champion Chase? We'll find out as we return to our mega trivia round, so don't go away. For tonight's Mega Trivia round, we have a close game between Chase and Quinn, so anything can happen in their wagers, so we'll see where they end up. For this last round, we have 4 subjects that we determine which of these would wipe out for the only given clue. Chase, since you're the champ, you have the honor to go first. Choose a category that you don't want me to give out.
Let's go ahead and take out transportation, please.
Got it. Transportation is now gone. How about you, Quinn? What would you wipe out?
I don't know much about architecture, so that could be taken away.
No problem, Quinn. Andrew, it's time to narrow it down. What would you choose?
I'm confident in knowing where I'm going for, so wipe out fictional characters.
And with that, fashion history is our tonight's subject. Take a moment, players, and make your bets. And now that the bets are locked in their panels, let's take a look at the clue together. Here it is. His artistry was fashioned with women's dresses and jewelry, is formed into the 1960s French expression, les fonds talibles. Good luck, players. You have 30 seconds. If you shopped at Macy's before, you'll probably find a lot of feminine perfume and men's cologne that were made by the same guy. Andrew, you've been trailing slowly at 3,000, so let's see what you put down. You picked Pierre Cardin. Unfortunately, that is not the right fashion designer. So how much is it going to cost you, Andrew? $25.99, and that takes you down to $401. Sorry about that. Quinn, you're in second place. Let's see what you responded. Who is Paco Rabanne? And that is correct. And your bet is, wow, $7,400. So you're now leading with $17,200. Now, Chase, you're in first place in $10,000, and I can see you're quite shaken a bit. Let's see why. You wrote Paco Rabanne, and that too is right. Now, this might sound obvious to you, but you're $7,200 away from Quinn. So if you wager more than that, you'll still remain as champion. Your bet is $7,200, which means that you and Quinn are coming back at our next game. Congratulations. Chase, your 4-day winnings are now total of $48,401. Quinn, your winnings is now totaled $17,200, plus your vacation to Walt Disney World at Orlando, Florida as part of the surprise column that you won. Congrats to you as well. Now, Chase, since you're the surviving champion alongside with Quinn, what was on your mind when you had to deal with fashion history?
I wouldn't have known this subject without my girlfriend and her endless shopping sprees. I just want to thank her for that.
And somehow you decided to spice things up. Think that you're brave enough to handle more on your fifth and final game?
I've done it before, and I'm doing it again.
Great attitude, Chase. We'll see you then. And how about you, Quinn?
Me too, and I couldn't be any more excited.
Well, excellent. We'll see you and Chase on our next program, and we'll see you all again next time on our next program. Take care, everyone, and good night.